After the fall, Reclamation hands-on. This update redefines the endgame. Mutators, chipsets, attachments, new maps, enemies, weapons, and more. After the fall, players are in for an early fall treat, as the latest update, Reclamation, is now available for all major VR platforms including PlayStation VR, Meta Quest 2, Steam, Pico, and iKey. Reclamation aims to completely revamp the endgame and after the fall by adding a ton of new content for veteran and novice players alike to discover. After the Fall is one of our favorite Quest 2 games not just because of its superb Left 4 Dead style gameplay and level structure, but also because developer Vertigo Games has consistently added to and updated the game since its initial release back in December 2021. Vertigo Games says the game has seen over 55,000 monthly active players in recent months, and this new swath of content is sure to bring more into the fray. Here's what you can expect when you jump in the game. New weapons, skins, and mechanics. The main new weapon is, undoubtedly, the auto shotgun. It looks a whole lot like an AR-15 but packs a much bigger punch since it shoots shotgun shells out of its barrel. You reload this one like a rifle, that is. Pull the magazine out, slide a new one in and cock the lever in the front, but it shoots very differently. Like a shotgun, you'll want to save your shells for up-close and personal interactions with zombies. Unlike a shotgun, however, you'll have a full magazine of rounds to empty before needing to reload again. On the opposite of the spectrum are the new saw blades that take the place of the mini missile launchers on the back of each hand. Players can use these on one or both hands in case you still wanted to keep a mini missile launcher handy, and they are designed to be used in smaller rooms where the saw blades can bounce off walls. Just like the missile launcher, you'll hold your arm out with the back of your hand facing upwards, basically the opposite way that Spider-Man shoots his webs, and press the trigger to launch a blade outward. Each hand had 3 saw blades that could make mincemeat out of any creepy crawlers hanging around in a room. It's basically instant death for any regular snowbreed the blades ram through. Yes, that includes ones in full ice armor. But it's not just the new weapons that you should pay attention to. It's also the new attachments, modifiers, and chipsets that'll really switch things up. The service pistol on my hip had the burst fire chipset equipped, which emptied a pistol clip in a matter of 2 seconds and put a swift end to whatever it was pointed at. The new auto shotgun was configured with the execution chipset, which made every single shot lethal 1 to any regular snowbreed that came in my pad. It certainly would seem overpowered if it were automatically equipped, but, like the weapons and weapon attachments in the game, chipsets must be found by discovering special floppies in each level. Chipsets now have their own type of floppy, so it's easy to identify them right away. Chipsets work a bit like the perk system in games like Call of Duty, since they'll provide a substantial power upgrade for any player that equips one. Thankfully, this is a co-op PvE game. In addition to chipsets, Vertigo Games is adding a whopping 100 new attachments to find in the game, which should keep players busy for quite some time. You'll also be able to unlock 17 new skins to keep your character model looking fresh even after wading through untold amounts of gore. Lastly, Vertigo Games has overhauled the way harvest. New enemies, maps, and mutators. No major update would be complete without new areas to play in or new enemies to defeat. I did feel like the sprawl was a lot more worm-like this time around, or, at least, maybe I only just noticed that these look like the frozen version of a sandworm from Tremors. It's also a lot more nefarious this time around, as you'll find out in the boss fight at the end. The other level included with Reclamation is the Twin Palms Mall, which, at least for me, sounds like a real blast. When I think zombies, my first thought always goes back to Dawn of the Dead or Dead Rising, which both feature that iconic mall location. This one is a horde mode map and is actually the largest horde mode map Vertigo Games has yet created, including multiple floors that players can venture up to in order to tackle the incoming horde. As for older levels, players who have retread their steps dozens or hundreds of times will find a new reason to revisit the old locations, mutators. Mutators can be used to radically alter the gameplay in any level and, in Vertigo Games' own words, are designed to offer a challenge that's not as brutal as the Nightmare/Horror difficulty modes. The Ice Armor Mutator was enabled, which equipped all enemies with a full set of ice armor. Good thing I had modified weapons. Lastly, you'll be encountering 2 new enemies along the way in your quest to harvest endless amounts of snowbreed. The new Gunner Hero enemy has an LMG fuse to its left. Appendage. and will dispatch you in a hot minute if you're not careful. Meanwhile, the charger loves to get up close and personal as it rushes toward players and explodes, causing a large area of effect damage radius. It's a nasty bit of business that's much deadlier than the Eater's blinding explosion, for sure. After the Fall's Reclamation update is available for free right now, so jump on and get harvesting.
Someone, anyone, please help!
Okay, cool. Uh-oh. Get away from me! Come on. This in history class. No!